Match day. 10 minutes to kick off. The Etihad Stadium. Home of the citizens, a global club.
Six Premier League titles in the last 10 years. In fact, back-to-back Premier League championships. We're of course talking about Manchester City, and today we are going to be exploring the Etihad Stadium here in Manchester.
Keep up with your team, thank you.
From what I've heard, this tour is absolutely epic. So when we go inside, there's going to be so much to see here. All right, before we go inside, let's have a look around the outside of Etihad Stadium. And in front of me are a couple statues. One in particular that I know every City fan will know who this guy is. Of course, we're talking about the famous, the record goal scorer for Manchester City, David Silva. Beautiful statue here with the backdrop being Etihad. And just a short walk away is another City legend, Mr. Vincent Kompany, with his arms stretched out wide, showing his strength, his dominance. Captain, leader, warrior. And there is the man himself, Sergio Aguero, taking off his kit, celebrating that last-second goal to win the Premier League for Manchester City.
Keep walking in, please. Everybody walk in, thank you, so everybody behind you can get through. Here at City, every detail has been thought of, so it doesn't interrupt the communication. The players from all over the world in here, but the only language, wherever they come from, they all have to learn to communicate very quickly in English. You can't have, say, 3 Brazilians speaking Portuguese and 3 Spanish speaking Spanish. They all have to talk in English because it's the team dynamic that Pep is really concerned about. After the game, when people are maybe a bit emotional, a bit exhausted, a bit full of adrenaline, overload from the game, having won the game, having lost the game, Pep knows now with his wisdom, don't say anything after the game, sleep on it. Week on from the very first opening of this for the Commonwealth Games in 2002 here in Manchester, and it was opened by the Queen of England, and she sat just up here above your heads. And in those days, this is quite hard to get your heads around, this space here was ground level. The stadium side across the pitch, that was also the base of that was ground level, and going out from here was an Olympic-sized running track.
This here is the post-match press conference area. Premier League games, around about 50 or 60 members of the press will be in here. You can see underneath, you've got all your peripherals for plugging your laptops in and things like that.
All right, now that we've seen the stadium, let's walk right across the bridge to the City Football Academy, which of course houses 16 pitches for Manchester City. Arguably, well, it is the best academy pitches in the country here, domestically in England, as well as in the UK and arguably around the world. All right, so this is where the academy players train. You can see it over there. Pretty cool, multiple fields. They said there's 16 pitches back there. A couple trainers, a couple coaches standing in front of me. All right, so that does it of the stadium tour of the Etihad. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. That might have been my favorite tour so far, and there's been a couple of them on this trip, so stay tuned. Hit subscribe, like, and keep following State of Soccer, because we're not even halfway done with this great UK football tour. Still a lot more to come, still some extremely legendary clubs, some with even better histories than this club behind me. Stay tuned, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. I'm absolutely pumped.